we have with us a blessed couple, a couple who have achieved something that many of us here want to achieve, which is that they actually have received the blessing from God and they are married, which is amazing. So we're going to hear their story, how God has been working in their life, in their blessing. And I'm sure there's many other stories they want to share with us. So it's with a great pleasure. I'd like to welcome up Aron and Mailin.
Hello,
Hey
everyone.
guys. So I want to start with just introducing ourselves. I'm Adam. Hey guys, 22 from Hungary. This is my stunning wife, Mailin.
Are you going to present me?
No, but
Okay, 24. I am Brazilian and I'm living in Hungary with my husband, the best.
word of gratitude, by the way. Thank you to the team of High Noon for such an amazing, webinar that they made. I love it. Thank you to you guys as well for showing up every week, for your core groups, for spending the time of your weeks for improvement. That's absolutely beautiful and admirable from all of you guys, every single one of you. Yeah. So the story of our blessing. I'll start at the beginning. We got our anniversary was just this April, by the way. It's been 1 year since we got blessed. Our marriage anniversary is coming up as well in 7 days,
Really?
I think. Yeah.
How do you remember this? Anyways, okay, nice.
Because I'm a good husband. So we met through the Blessing for You site. The way we met, I always when I tell this story, I always call it like a miracle.
I would say.
And now Mailin's gonna tell this part.
Okay, thank you. Okay, because this is actually my favorite part. I love to tell this to everyone. So it started like that. I basically was trying to find a match, like to get into matching process since 18. Because in Brazil things like happen a little bit earlier. And anyway, so I wanted to already like have somebody and prepare to want, like at some point get blessed, but at least be matched already. And I just, when I turned 22, I was in a bit hard phase because I was almost like losing my faith, to be honest, because I was 22 and I tried like checking basically anyways, many people from Brazil, many candidates, and it was a bit hard process for me and for my parents because Brazilians they are not too much in the site, and I wanted to like live in Brazil. I didn't want to actually move. Yeah, so I had all this conflict, and I got like this message from a Bolivian mother talking about her son and everything. And then I got the password for the website again because it's the parents that have the password, but I lost because I was like for a while without looking. And I think they changed at some point. Anyways, and then like I decided to look the site. Obviously I didn't move on in the conversation with the Bolivian candidate. I like told that no, it's okay. Like I'm not thinking of getting less like outside of Brazil and everything. And then my mom told me like, oh, check the site. And then like I was a bit not too excited for it because before I looked the site and I didn't find anyone. And then I did check the site. My parents always trust me to check the site because we were always like very open related to everything. And then okay. So one day I was bored and I checked the site. And I was not trying to find like somebody from outside, but I
Brazil.
also say,
Of Brazil.
yeah, of Brazil. But I also was not finding Brazilians. And then I was, okay, I'm gonna put some, like adjust the filters of the site. And then appeared Aron and more two Americans. And okay, Aron was the third one that I saw. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he's so cute, I thought. But I still had to read the profile and everything. And it was nice. I mean, he was like very cute on the profile.
don't
And
too much.
okay, oh my god, that's really hard for me. Sorry, guys. It's actually such a hard time. Like my calls with the girls are just like huge. Cause, anyways, so no, okay. So my mom said to me to text Aaron, and I was like, oh my god, that's kind of crazy to text a boy like that. Okay, but I did. So I put for him on Instagram. Hey, I saw your profile on Blessing for you. Just that, nothing more. And then he
Now why I think, why I say miracle when I talk about the way we kind of met each other, because this is how we met each other, a text through Instagram, is because 1 week before, I never actually looked at the site, and 1 week before, my mom actually chose a few candidates for me, and the first candidate that she ever showed me, the first candidate that I've ever seen from the site was her. And I immediately thought that she's the most impressive, because she's a lawyer, she's from Brazil. I mean, she's gorgeous, all these things. But then my mom convinced me she's too far. So let's think about something closer. And I didn't think about her for like a week. And then I see this text on Instagram. First, I was thinking it's a fake profile. I wasn't believing it. I didn't even care about it. And my sister actually told me to, like, what am I doing? I was texted on Instagram. Why am I not checking it? She was checking my Instagram profile because she was liking her own picture, by the way. But then I checked and I actually investigated, and I recognized her from the site, and I was like completely blown away. And the rest is history.
chances?
What are the chances? Now the first part was amazing. Dating online was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
For me, it was a bit way too full of anxiety, because I am the kind of person who is like, oh, I must have messed up something. Oh, I must have messed up this. She must hate me already. So there was a period where
I was just letting you conquer me. I was just not being too.
Yeah, because she was kind of,
Yeah,
giving me
sometimes
space.
I'd appeal the beat,
yeah,
but,
that's
but not for a whole day because I could not. But anyways,
And every single time I thought I completely messed up, but that's okay.
yeah, just have
But-
2 hours waiting.
Survived. We finally met each other in person as well. And then I proposed to her later that year, and then we went to the blessing. You want to tell the story of the blessing? Real quick, because we have it.
No, I cannot be too quick to be honest. You
No,
say, and I just point out one thing.
no, but I don't know what to say now.
Oh, okay. No, babe, I wanted to say that online, like we knew from the beginning, and for me it was really crazy because since I was a kid, my dad was always praying for my husband to be like this and that, and like along my growth, my dad would ask me, "Oh, what do you want your husband to like be like, his characteristics and everything?" And I would always say that I wanted my husband to be just like you, Dad, but better, because my dad said that next generation should be better. So I always used to say this. And when I started to talk with Aaron, I was completely like losing my mind because it was my dad, but way better. I was just like, how? That's crazy. And yeah. And then like we were actually feeling very comfortable with each other
Yeah.
on talking.
I was-
Okay,
I was in-
think
I was in love in like the first week of just texting.
You said the first day. No, but okay.
The first day, no.
The first.
You just texted me like, hey.
I know, but you said to another person. I guess you're joking. Okay.
Not that I love them.
Okay. And then it's fine. So yeah, for me as well, obviously, because he's super good at texting. I guess he was good with
Yeah.
me. And then yeah, so this moment was like in love part. But with 2 months we already knew that okay, we want to get blessed for real. And our blessing wait for the blessing was really hard actually. And then this comes like the part of purity that I think was missing. Yeah, I think no, it was missing for us in certain way.
In the way that we weren't the kind of successful singles.
Yeah.
That's the goal of High
We
Noon.
didn't actually have
And-
character integrity.
And that's kind of what we learned is what the value in being a successful single is
Yeah.
because if you don't achieve a certain level before your marriage, then you have to go through all of it with your partner, which is of course beautiful. It's of course beautiful to go through challenging times with your partner,
But
but it was
it's hard,
a challenge,
really hard.
obviously.
Yeah. So should we get into this? I think it's really nice.
Yeah, and the part before the blessing.
So okay, online we were already talking about everything you guys can imagine. What was also like we were stepping more forward, and when we got okay, so a bit before our blessing, I was passing through like some hard situations related to like allergy and everything. Should I say this now?
Yeah, just you could
Okay.
mention how
So
right before.
okay, we were not actually pure, okay, guys. Like we just kissed, but we also masturbated and everything. So it's it's normal to say this here. And so it was a bit hard for us to not have sex. It was actually really, really hard. And
And
we are not
okay,
actually
can I say?
maintaining our
And that's kind of what made it a bit of like torture, having to stay apart, because we didn't have the integrity coming up. We didn't have the strength that we could build while we were single and at the start of our relationship. We were already, because we decided already that we are gonna live with each other. So why would you abstain? Why would you abstain your feelings and stuff?
yeah.
And that's what kind of made it a bit of torture, having to do the 40 days and having to actually not have sex before marriage.
And the 40 days was really challenging for us as well. Like many things were happening, and I had this crazy allergy for 43 days, and I didn't know where I was coming from. Like I really tried to cut all the food. But anyways, everything was giving me this very weird allergy through my whole body, and I never had allergy in my life. Like I did a test, I don't actually have any problem with allergy, and this was the period that we stayed like without doing anything for 43 days. I offered 3 days more. I know that was not too much more, but because I felt so guilt. And then I was like, baby, can we offer a whole week more? And he was like, no, no way. I was okay, so 3 days more. And yeah, so we offered this period, and it was really crazy because I was suffering a lot, like a lot for real. And Adam as well, because we were together in this. Adam also had some problems. Do you wanna you were having like wet night and
Oh,
did that.
how do I talk about this?
It's not a big deal. We are in Hainu.
No, I mean what I say.
Okay, so I say for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So he had these wet dreams and wet night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my problem was because she was suffering from this allergy,
Allergy. Like
and I was suffering from
I was
other kind
not
of
crazy.
pain, genital kind of pain, and kind of these kind of things, and
You had to go to the doctor.
I was going to the doctor, all these things, and these kind of weird nights that were torturing me in terms of like super horrible nightmares that and and waking up, it's a bad dream, but it's an absolute nightmare. This kind of nights that were kind of what were the indemnity that we paid for not staying pure before the period of the blessing.
Yeah.
Now to get to the actual topic of what we were assigned, which was how did God and our relationship with God impact our marriage blessing. To be honest, this is just my opinion. I don't know Mailin's opinion about this right now, but I don't think there would be a relationship,
Yeah.
or if it would last,
No,
or
wouldn't last at all.
we wouldn't actually have met each other first of all with our true parents. So thank God for them. But the challenges that come with
Yeah.
a marriage, any kind of marriage, is unbelievable, and you don't get through it without faith. Without faith in the fact that you are supposed to go through these things, and you're supposed to go through them, grow while going through them, and to have faith in each other, and to have faith that at the end, no matter what differences you have, you're gonna be perfect for each other.
Yeah. And
Just 1 minute.
just have a minute. Okay. So about that Aaron mentioned, we just got our faith after we met each other, because we had no, baby, but because we had like many dreams that was like similar, and also many coincidences that were not actually coincidences, and this proved to us that, oh, this is actually something that can just be divine, right? But at the same time, whenever we were a bit weak in our faith, so we developed our faith in the beginning. But whenever we're weak, so if we are not doing conditions, if we were like not super clear with each other, if we were negative or complaining, we would have horrible fights. Like for real, very tough fights. And even though I'm obsessed about him, he's obsessed about me, like doesn't matter. If you don't have God, there is no way you can like actually sustain your blessing, because you are really attacked. And I'm always saying to Aaron, I have no idea how people from outside do, like how they do, because if you don't understand about the spiritual world, you don't even know why you're fighting, because sometimes doesn't actually have a reason. But if you understand that has bad spirits and that you need to like protect yourself spiritually, you're gonna break up, you're gonna divorce. I guess that's why people do break up and divorce. Yeah, so I don't have more time. I took 1 minute.
So, to finish up, marriage is beautiful, comes with challenges, but is the most worth it and beautiful thing that you can ever do in your life.
And you need to put effort every day. Like not hear your ego, like not think about yourself, think about your partner, think about how can you serve your partner, and that's it basically. Like we are still struggling sometimes because we were just like alone for majority of our lives. But we really try to prioritize each other so we can actually have built a good relationship.
And
God.
the best way to go about that is to prepare in advance, and then, it's going to be easier. Thank you guys for listening.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, guys. Every time I hear your story, I enjoy it so much. You're one of the most dynamic young couples I know. It's always great to hear your story. Every couple is unique. That's what I love about blessings. They gave us a heart. That's amazing. They even gave us a heart. So every couple is unique. Every couple is beautiful in its own way, and you definitely are a lovely, unique couple that has a different. God is expressing herself in a very unique way through you. I can definitely feel that. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us, even though it was only 20 minutes. I'd love to hear the 6-hour version one day.
Yeah. I would love to tell.
I know you would. That'd be great. So, if you don't mind, we can go into a Q&A now. So, if anyone here has any questions for Mailin and Aron about anything to do with that, yeah. Does anybody have any questions for this lovely couple?
Hi, I have a question. My name's Yumi. I'm from New Jersey. I'm from America. So I guess my question, thanks for sharing. I enjoy listening. I guess my question is, so I guess when you guys are sharing about how like you guys are experiencing like these personal experiences with like allergic reactions or like the wet dreams, like, and I'm sure it was really difficult in the moment. I guess like what made you wanna like not give up? Or like how did you guys kind of like help each other or something like that?
Okay, that's good. I never want to compromise my lineage. I never want my kids to not be third gen, I didn't want to, because of being horny, to destroy the future of my kids. So it was basically that. Honestly, I always had this in my mind. Okay, we want so bad to, because you're really intimate. Like I was already leaving his parents' house, but we were in the same room and everything was really hard, really, really hard. But then I was just gonna think, no, I would just think, no, my kids, like I cannot do this with them, because it's not just about you. If you have sex, like this is gonna compromise the whole thing. So, and also we waited this whole like so long. I didn't want to destroy it. Of course, we were not perfect and we got the consequences. And honestly, I still feel some consequences until nowadays. but it's gonna be too hard like to explain now. But yeah, I would focus on this and you, baby.
Yeah, very good answer actually. The why the hell did we go this far if we are just gonna mess up now? This was kind of what I had in mind as well. Is that why would we make the effort? And I mean, I didn't make too much effort. She's the one who flew over the ocean for me, and we go through all of these things, and we prepare for the blessing, and then just throw it all away. Thank you for the question.
Thank you so much.
Great. We have a question in the chat here for you. So, what has been the hardest thing that you overcame during your long distance relationship?
Like if I would have the choice of like, would I have at the start long distance or be able to live right next to Mailin as my neighbor, have Mailin as my neighbor or something? I would still choose long distance because of the way we got to know each other. It was very beautiful. I think it was amazing. Where the challenges came is, so we first met in Switzerland. We stayed a whole month, traveled in Europe. Then she went home. But when she went home, it felt like someone just died.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like, we actually felt grief.
I
Because
actually felt like
she actually genuinely was, she always says,
stop crying. It was so weird because I actually never felt grief before. And I told her I think that's the feeling of grief.
Mm.
That was insane. And like Aaron said, it was really good to start with the distance relationship because we also had to learn to talk about every single thing. Like every single thing that was going on in our minds, we would share to each other. We learn how to talk. And I think sometimes when you are in person, like you let your physical be like higher than actually like talking about future and the intellectual part.
oh yeah,
So-
all we could do was talk. So
yeah.
we did
So
all
we
day.
did
Yeah.
we talked so much. It was insane. Every day we'd talk like 4 hours. It was crazy. I was not sleeping too much. He was also not. And also had the different time zone. And this was for a whole year. We don't know how we did it, but we always had many things to talk. Anyways, but the point is that I would come back, that I was gonna say in the first place, is that the things that after we met and I came back to Brazil, you feel very lonely. Like you miss so much just to smell. I love to smell him. I love to smell his skin. And I was just missing these basic things. Oh, it was so hard because I was missing everything about him just to feel his heat and to be around. So it was really tense, but we try to always be tough. Yeah.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. So I have two. So one is, well, I'll ask both of them. How did you overcome like the language and cultural barriers during the matching process? And how did you make up with each other after you had a fight?
Oh, that's so good. Say baby.
Which one? I want to say the first. I'm gonna answer the first one, and then you answer the second.
Okay.
The language barrier is not actually a big deal. It's just to do it. She didn't speak too much English. My English was ununderstandable, even though I knew the words. The
accent was too
the
thick.
accent was too thick. So it's just to talk. It's just to keep talking, not to get annoyed at each other. It's to be respectful, give each other patience, and then over
Yeah.
time it's gonna be super
It
nice.
was teaching me a lot. I always like to learn with people. I always say, if I'm saying wrong, please correct me because then
Yeah,
Because
and to be humble enough to want to learn from the other if they
Yeah.
speak the language band.
yeah. So he was teaching me a lot.
And then the tradition, you want to talk?
No,
Say-
but I also want to say another thing about that. But related to like when I moved, for example, I faced this cultural barrier because then we were living close to each other, and I also like seeing his family and everything. It was really hard for me, but at the same time, I understood that okay, I want to be with him. Like doesn't matter, we are gonna become one, and I need to pass through this. And I always try to be grateful. Of course, many times I also complained to Aaron and then I regret it. But I try to like appreciate the good things as well during this process. And Yeah. Oh no. Also another thing. So this led to many fights. Actually, some of the cultural differences because, like for me, it's in Brazil. It's really easy for us to move on. So you say something bad, then you say sorry. Okay, move on. Let's get an ice cream and just like go for a walk. It's fine. It's for real fine. You completely forget it. But when like happened something with us, he would be thinking about that the whole day. And I was just like, what's happening? Why? What? Like, move on. And then he thought that I didn't care, that I didn't understood him. So it was a huge drama, like all the time. We would cry, we would do a huge scandal. I have no idea how police didn't even arrive at this home. But anyways, we would do a whole drama here. But like we could just save each other honestly through prayer. I would be baby, let's pray, and he would get super annoyed. But that was the only way that we could actually help because we tried like hugging and didn't work much. So just praying and then start work. And then I never want to like pray to, oh God, help us right now, because God is not actually in fights. So I would ask for our ancestors to help, and they always help. So I would ask them to help, and they would help. Sometimes took a while, sometimes was fast. But we also committed to like work on it, right? Yeah, but I think majority of the fights are a lot because of like bad influence. So if you're not doing condition, this is gonna happen a lot. But whenever we are doing condition, we are not failing. It's like very good for us.
Yeah, the relationship that you have with God, the closer your relationship with God is, the less you fight.
Yeah,
That's it.
completely. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Amazing. Let's please show our appreciation one more time to Aron and Mailin. Thank you so much for sharing your story and also your answers to the Q&A as well. Gosh, after just 1 year of being blessed, you already have so many amazing stories and so much wisdom to give. So I can't see what it'd be like after 10 years of being blessed. And once you have your goal of 5 children as well, or even more, who knows? So yeah, we'll see. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And yeah,